doing a foundation review on Revlon's PhotoReady foundation in Cappuccino. I know there are a million reviews on this, but I feel like there's so many different skin types and skin colors that really you can never have too many foundation reviews. My skin type is very sensitive and acne prone, and that's the reason why I have lots of acne scarring due to reactions to certain products that my skin just doesn't agree with. And my skin is combination. Sometimes my skin is super dry, and sometimes my skin is super oily. It's almost never normal. As a matter of fact, I think right now my skin is normal. I'm kind of lucky right now, but this is not, you know, my normal skin. My skin is either very dry or very oily. So if you have sensitive acne prone skin and combination skin, then this can be very helpful to you. The funny thing about this foundation is that the first time I tried it, I didn't like it. The second time I tried it, I didn't like it. And the third time I liked it. Well, you know, third time's a charm. So the third time, which is now, I actually liked it. First thing I'll say about this, I'll give you guys the basic details. I don't know exactly how many colors they have in this foundation, but they don't have very many. Especially if you are a woman or a man of color. They only have about 2 really brown shades, Cappuccino and Mocha, which is the one that's the darkest, and that's the one that comes after Cappuccino. They have, I believe, Caramel, which comes right before Cappuccino, and I guess that would work for, you know, a lighter brown complexion. But if you are close to my skin color or darker, you're either going to be using Cappuccino or Mocha. That's my first rant, I guess I would say, is that there's really not a very good color spectrum for women and men of color. So yeah, and that's common. We all know that drugstore makeups do not cater to women or men of color, but I just thought it was kind of goofy that they only had about, you know, 3 brown shades, because we all know brown comes in many different shades and undertones. This has SPF 20 in it, and it is a 1 fluid ounce bottle. It is dispensed through a pump like this. One thing I will say about this is if you try to go to a drugstore, you know how you try to test the foundation on your hand or on your face just a little bit to see if it actually matches. This is a hard one to do. You're actually going to have to open it up just to test it, because it comes in a wrapper like this. You have to peel it off. So yeah, you might look ghetto opening up foundations, but I refuse to waste $13. Yeah, this comes in a 1 fluid ounce bottle, SPF 20, and it retails anywhere from $10 to $13 depending on where you get it from. So, dispensing. This comes out of a pump, but I will say that I really don't have a problem with the pump. So far it's held up. It doesn't feel cheap at all, and actually, like I said earlier, I have a lot of acne scarring, and 1 pump was pretty good enough for my face, but I used about a pump and about 1/4 of a pump just to touch up areas of really bad scarring to build. And so that's the basics of the foundation. Now I'll speak on the foundation itself. This foundation is thick. I would consider it kind of creamy, but it is buildable. So you can make this look light, or you can make it very heavy. So if you do have acne scarring, then this is very much buildable. And it does cover pretty well. On my skin, I think that it gives me a very matte, smooth complexion, but I would say if you have oily skin, I would say be very careful when building this foundation, because 1 pump all over your face looks decent, but if you have to build a lot and you have oily skin, this can make your skin look very oily, and you know, it can make your skin look really oily, and it can make you look like you have a lot of cakes on makeup. I know, because I've seen someone wear too much of this and it looks ridiculous. So you just have to be really careful with this. If you have oily skin, be careful. Also, if you have acne scarring, you probably apply your foundation with a foundation brush because it gives you maximum amount of foundation application onto your skin. With this, I don't, because this builds very well and you can go overboard with this. So I actually apply this with my fingertips, and I find that better and easier than a brush because you don't lose any of your foundation. I just feel like it gives you better control over this foundation to apply this with your fingers as opposed to a stippling brush or a foundation brush. If you have brown skin, you probably notice that when you wear foundation, if you take pictures, your skin looks really ashy. And unfortunately, I haven't worn this long enough or taken any pictures in it to tell you whether that will happen with Revlon PhotoReady. I was a user of Revlon Color Stay, and that makes me look ashy. So it's PhotoReady, so it's supposed to be ready for the photos, so it shouldn't make your skin look ashy, but if it does, then yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll give you guys an update on that. Overall, I think this foundation gives me good coverage. I don't know how long it lasts because I haven't worn it from morning to day. I haven't worked in it or done any physical activity in it, so I will just have to give you guys an update on whether or not it holds up 24 hours or, you know, however many hours it holds up. But I believe I've had this on for at least 2 to 3 hours, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. I think it gives a matte finish, but it can get a little dewy, but it's not too bad. And yeah, I have really bad acne scarring on my cheeks, and I feel like this covers it good enough without making it look like my makeup is caked on. I also have bad acne scarring on my forehead, and I'm suffering from a recent breakout. I don't know if you guys can tell, you know. So I don't know if you guys can see that I have acne scarring. Hopefully you can't, because that's the purpose in foundation. But of course, foundation can't cover everything. And because I have dark skin, my scars are very dark. So they're even harder to cover than, say, you know, someone who is Hispanic or Caucasian with just a fair complexion than mine. Acne scars wouldn't be as dark as they are on me, so they are very hard to cover. I would give this a thumbs up. If so far, so good. If you have acne scarring, this builds and it does pretty good coverage. Feels light, doesn't feel caked on, doesn't have a scent to it, which is something I really like because Revlon Color Stay has a scent to it that I can't stand to smell. Like, it makes me sick. And so, no scent with this. Good coverage. It's matte. And that's pretty much all I really have to say about this. Any questions you guys can ask and I will answer as soon as possible. I just hope that you guys find this useful. I will probably be doing 2 more foundation reviews on Revlon Color Stay and Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I tried that recently. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have a nice day, a nice week, a nice month, and a nice year. Happy 2011. Bye.